beautiful muses, and welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot for another Friday insight with yes, no, maybe answers to your questions. Before we jump into the piles, just a reminder to phrase your questions so that a yes result would feel like a positive outcome to you. Okay, so we've got 4 piles today. We've got pile 1, which I don't actually know what this stone is. It's from the local mountains, so I'm just going to call it a Rocky Mountain stone. Pile 2 is flower agate. Pile 3, we have howlite. And pile 4, Dendritic Jasper. Okay, if you need some time to tune into these 4 piles or the 4 stones, you can pause here. And when you're ready, we will dive into pile 1's reading. Timestamps are in the description. So when you're ready, just jump straight to your pile. All right, see you guys. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your Friday insight with your yes, no, maybe answers to questions you've got. So, before we tune into your cards and the first half of the reading, I always like to talk about intuitive hits that came as I was preparing your pile. So you guys were this Rocky Mountain stone. It wasn't anything too in-depth that came, but sort of the feelings that came over me were kind of surprise and discovery. So there may be things about your question or in general things coming down in your life that that could be surprising, and that surprising could be leading you to a beautiful yes, or that surprising could be shaking things up where you would want to even ask a totally different question, but something like discovery and surprise coming. Okay, let's look at your cards and get a little bit of insight into underlying energy around your question. Self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Beautiful. So something about your question is wanting you to really believe in yourself. So even if you get a no, that might be because you're coming from a place that's not sort of like as confident or believing in yourself as you could be. And if you were to tap into a little more self-esteem, maybe something would shift about what you're asking. And if you get a yes, that means like, good job, stay confident in yourself. And then we've got friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Just tapping into what I was feeling before the cards, this was the one that, we'll see what this third card is, but this friendship card feels like the thing where that like surprise might be coming from. It's so often that the people we meet and people we know are big avenues to changing our perceptions, opening up doors for us. And it's because of that and the beautiful worlds that open to us by being connected to anyone in a friendly way. This makes me want to say that don't write anyone off right now. If there's some people in your life where you're like, should I cut ties with them? It may be a time to maybe readjust boundaries, but not necessarily cut ties. because someone may surprise you with some kind of door they're able to open for you. So to me, this is like a thing of like, don't write someone off just yet. Totally protect yourself. Like if you need to reestablish some boundaries with somebody, that's fine, but don't write them off. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. And then discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This feels very directly related to self-esteem. Believe in yourself with something here. Carry yourself with confidence too. Carry yourself with confidence. I feel like you are someone already that has some discipline, and that in itself should give you a foundation to feel some esteem. So twofold here. Carry yourself with a little more confidence right now and don't write somebody off, because these things feel relevant in some way. And understand that the discipline you have is a huge asset for you, and something that might be admired by somebody, and something that should allow you to carry yourself with confidence. Okay, let's get some confirmation cards on all of this. 7 of Cups. There's potentially different opportunities around you right now, or if there are coming up, if there's things to choose from now or in the near future, don't write some kind of option off as like too great for you. Step up to options, to opportunities, to doors you feel are out of reach, because I don't think they actually are out of reach. Okay. King of Wands. Yeah, this feels like we're in conversation here about like if you can carry yourself with greater confidence and esteem, you'll be seen that way. And people you know, people you're around will suddenly have this insight like, oh, they'll naturally think of you for something. So carry yourself with confidence right now, because it will put you in other people's minds right now around certain opportunities, certain surprises. Yeah, okay. And 7 of Wands. You may perceive something about your question as being competitive, and it's not. And the reason it's not is because you have a certain discipline that's given you the character you need to shoulder things with confidence. So lean into that. Like, you know you're capable. You know you have self-efficacy. You know you're capable. You know you're competent. You know you have focus and dedication. That puts you in a league of your own. And so perceived competition around something with your question is not what it appears to be. No one else can really hold a torch to the kind of character that you hold. Yeah, so I don't know. This all looks really beautiful. There were definitely some cautions that came out. So my sense is that if you were to get a no to this, it's like you're not tapping into your carrying yourself with confidence, or you're not being open enough to certain others. But let's get into the actual yes, no, maybe, and we will use that to give some guidance about whatever comes for you. Okay, so in this portion of the reading, we are going to choose 3 different piles. You will choose one of those piles. I like for there to be different potential outcomes when there's a collective. So there will be 3 different answers. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds once all 3 cards are out to tune into the 3 piles, feel into which card holds your answer. And then we'll go through them one by one, and they go very fast, so you don't need to necessarily fast forward to yours. It goes quickly. I will roll this 12-sided dice, 1 through 5 being no, 6 and 7 maybe, 8 through 12 yes. So I'll roll your dice, flip your card to get insight into the answer you got. So starting in just a second, we will give you 10 seconds of silence to tune into which pile is drawing you in. Okay, if you need more time, you can pause here. When you're ready, we'll start with pile 1. So let's roll your dice. 12, this is a hell yes. It is a spectrum to me. So the 8 through 12 being yes, 12 is the biggest yes you can get. So like, you're doing great. Continue to, do whatever you're doing. Something beautiful is coming in for you. Invigorate. Do anything to boost your energy levels. Eat healthy, move your body. These types of things will really help to cultivate like a positive energy in you and a more uplifted energy in you. Anything you can do to kind of uplift yourself will invigorate your energy and just enhance the yes you're getting here. Okay, let's move to pile 2. So roll your dice. You guys also have a 12. Great energy so far. Okay, so for you guys, caution with wormwood. Interesting. My sense, the caution, I just want to look closer at this plant. It almost looks like a mimosa with the little orange, yellow balls. I think for you, we did see the 7 of Cups. That's what's coming to mind for me, like popping into my consciousness was the 7 of Cups from the first part of the reading, and there being like a lot of different choices and opportunities. And I think this is saying like you're on the right track, you're going to get a yes here, but be thorough and take your time making certain decisions, choosing your path, choosing the opportunities, whatever makes sense to you around your question or something. It's like, take your time. It won't pass you by. You will get your yes, but sort of take a breath, trust yourself, and don't make decisions or choose paths or step forward towards something till you feel that confidence ring through in you. And you have a 12 here, so you will feel that. Just wait for that. Okay, let's move to pile 3. Let's roll your dice. And 4. So you guys have a no. My sense, even before picking up your guidance card, is sort of like this. You're not thinking big enough. You're not tapped into the power you hold. And maybe you need to circulate yourself a little more, socialize a little more somehow, especially with that sense of confidence. So attract. That's exactly it. It's like you need to, I don't love bringing through these kinds of messages, but it's what came into my mind is like there may have been a missed opportunity here because you weren't holding yourself a certain way. And so you weren't thought of for something. And so this is just saying like, you still have all the things we said in that first part of the reading. There's still this discipline that should give you a solid foundation to hold yourself with confidence and esteem. And through that, you will be thought of more. So even though there may be a missed opportunity here because of having not tapped into that, other opportunities will come up. You will attract things to you. Lean into the law of attraction and do some deep digging about what you want to attract to you, and then start carrying yourself with certain confidence like you already have that. And that will bring these new things to you, and it will attract the things that you really desire. Yeah, okay, so that is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate the things, likes and shares and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments, and definitely hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are, and thank you for letting me read your cards for you. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your Friday Insight with yes, no, maybe answers to your questions. So before jumping into the cards, you guys are the Flower Agate group, and just some energy that I was feeling as I was preparing your pile was very positive vibes coming through. That said, more specifically, there was this vibe of like, put your head down and do the work. Stay positive, be process oriented. So enjoy the processes. Don't concern yourself too much with what kind of results you're hoping to get. Yeah, because there's something about enjoying the moment, enjoying the process, feeling really connected to what you do. Yeah, so not that this has to do with like work or lifestyle, like you could be bringing all sorts of questions here. But there's something about like, yeah, just tapping into doing, putting your head down and engaging in processes that make you happy, that bring you alive, that So let's look at your cards and see more about the underlying energy around your question. Okay, so you have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So for some of you, this process-oriented energy may have to do with attending to health. Maybe don't focus so much on like, when this reading is coming out, it's very near the new year, not exactly right on the new year, but like a time of resolutions. Of course, you could come here at any point, but maybe in general, whenever you come here, there may be some resolutions or intentions on the table about your health. And this is sort of like an encouragement of like, don't make it so it's like, well, I want to be a size this or that, which means I have to lose this many pounds, which means I eat bird food for 2 years or something, like think more about like what lifestyle would make you really happy and would foster a very healthy body and overall well-being. This definitely does call out the physical vessel. Find exercising that makes you happy. Don't force yourself to do certain things. Find nutrition that makes you happy. There's a way to live a healthy lifestyle that is also fulfilling, right? So tune into your health as something that the things you do for your health and your body that should feel good to you by just being in the process of them, by just living a certain lifestyle. Okay, let's see here. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Yeah, this is really in conversation here. It's like it's up to you to create the kind of lifestyle that creates well-being. That's something you are responsible for. That's something you can take accountability for. Of course, there's always circumstances in all of our lives that get in the way of living happy, healthy, fulfilled lives. But like, what can you put on yourself to change certain conditions? Where can you point the finger at you and your behaviors and your habits where you need to put effort into cultivating different patterns, and taking responsibility for that being something you have to do for you? Maybe the home and family you grew up in had atrocious habits and you developed because of that atrocious habits, but now as an adult, it's up to you to change that, to envision what you would like your lifestyle to be. Learn, watch others who have a lifestyle you like, who seem to be happy in their lifestyle. What are they doing? And it's interesting, so much is coming out about lifestyle, because who knows what you asked about, but something about lifestyle is underlying your question, really important. Okay, third card, growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Yeah, I think by taking responsibility for your habits and your health, it's really going to help you to grow. It's really going to push a new edge in you that will be very fulfilling, and it will bring expansion to your life. So yeah, you could have asked about something that has nothing to do with lifestyle, but clearly lifestyle wants something to do with your question. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so let's get some confirmation cards. Oops. Knight of Swords. This is a take action. Do your research, investigate things, inform yourself about healthy habits. Tapping into what I said before, like, who do you know that seems to live a very happy, healthy life? And pay attention to what they do day to day, what they eat, what kind of rituals they have, how they spend their time. Inform yourself. That could even be someone in the public eye that you don't personally know. There's always a lot of information that people give out about their lifestyle. Inform yourself and take action now. I don't know why that now felt so like now. It came out as very emphatically now. I don't know. Okay. Again, another Knight of Wands. Get creative. So this is going back to do what feels good to you. So you may see what other people are doing, inform yourself, but you may be like, oh, that sounds awful. So really check in with you, like pick and, maybe research 10 different people who you feel have a happy, healthy lifestyle, and pick and choose what feels good to you. Get creative with mixing and matching different habits and rituals and routines that feel good to you. And then use your intuition to come up with things that maybe you haven't seen, but you're like, if I did this, I think that would really enhance my health and lifestyle and create new growth for me. So it's sort of like, yes, do your research, inform yourself of different things that are possible, different ways of living, how people are doing it that you admire. Cherry pick what feels good to you. Get creative about things that you maybe didn't even see. Yeah. And then get to it. And then we've got the Hierophant with growth. This also indicates that if you want to tap into people who have expertise and who have helped others cultivate cultures in their life of health, that would be a positive thing for you. You could seek out, a nutritionist, a fitness coach, a this, a that. And if that's not in your budget, like someone who's written books about these things or information online from experts, vet the information you're getting. Finding the right expert for you is a key for growth. And again, whatever fits your budget. This doesn't have to be going out and hiring a nutritionist and a personal trainer. This can be sourcing out information online or through a book, but make sure you vet who you are getting this from. Seek out experts in their field. That is where your growth and connection and things plugging in work for you. So this is a funny reading because this felt like just a reading in itself about lifestyle and wellness for you. However that relates to your question, who knows? But clearly it wants to relate to your question. So that said, let's get into some actual yes, no, maybe for you guys around your question. But yeah, whatever you asked about, something about lifestyle and wellness would really bring some benefit to your question. Okay, so in this second part, we're getting your yes, no, maybe. And I love the idea that there could be multiple outcomes for, because there's a collective of people. So there being multiple outcomes possible just feels aligned for me. So we're going to pick 3 piles. I will give you 10 seconds of silence to tune into them and feel which one is drawing you in, which would have your aligned message. Once we've done that, I will start with pile 1. We'll roll a 12-sided dice, starting at 1, 2, and then 3 to get your answer. 1 through 5 being no, 6 and 7 maybe, 8 through 12 yes, and then we'll look at your card to get some insight into the answer you got. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds of silence to tune into the piles now. Okay, if you need more time, feel free to pause here. Otherwise, we will start with pile 1. Let's roll your dice. 7. So this is the high end of maybe. There's maybe still some information that needs to come out, timing that's needing for something, but there's still some unknowns here. It could go either way. My sense, even before looking at your card, is like really tapping into positive, like what feels good to you. Tapping into positivity, following what feels good to you. And resourcefulness. Yeah, so you may need to dig a little deeper for you to get a yes. There's like something, not that your question has to be about wellness, but thinking about the first part of the reading where it's sort of like whatever you need to do to find the expert help you need, whether that's free online resources, a little more in terms of a book, or even furthermore in terms of like hiring someone, is like, what resources do you have at your disposal? Do you need to dig deep to find, use resources you already have that don't take more out of pocket to make something happen? Can you tap into people with connections, or spend a little money, or use certain skill sets you have to, but there's like something that like you need to dig a little bit more here to like, this to me is feeling like someone like clawing their way towards not quite a finish line. It's like, those boot camp things where you're like climbing the wall. It's like you're reaching for that last hold on the wall to get you over the top of it. And it's like you need to yeah, pull yourself up a little bit more. You're like really close, but it's like, how can you dig deep to find that extra something to just get you to that last reach? What kind of resources and resourcefulness do you have to get you there, get you over the hump? Okay, pile 2, let's roll your dice. 9, so you guys have a yes, beautiful. And preserve, pine. That's like the evergreen. This to me feels like really paying attention to sustainability. No matter what your question is, what is sustainable? Really tuning into what sustainable is, the thing that gets you your yes. Okay, pile 3. 1, so that's a pretty hardcore no. I do see the dice as a spectrum, 1 being, you know, the hardest no. So there's, oh my gosh, my throat just went super dry. That feels like a full stop with something. Maybe something about this question just isn't aligned with your well-being. It's maybe causing even some detriment in your well-being. That's what I'm feeling. Ooh, enjoy. And what you need to move towards are things you enjoy, things that are bringing you joy, things that you do enjoy. Whatever you asked about, really think about, like, is this something that lights you up? Do you enjoy something about, you know, what about this question just isn't joyful to you? Move towards things that you do enjoy, that bring you joy, that light you up. Yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, that is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this reading resonated for you, I always appreciate the likes and shares and subscribes, and definitely always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are. And thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. All right, see ya. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. You guys picked the Howlite stone. And before we get into your cards, just some intuitive hits that came as I was preparing your pile were like, it was pretty simple. Like, I think some really, really deep, potent clarity is coming your way. There may be like little teeny tiny tweaks you're currently making around something with this question. Don't get too overly fussy about that. But just like there are just some last teeny little things to shift, like barely, like literally like barely shift. And it's like all of a sudden there'll be like this deep, deep clarity, like clear vision, clarity about something coming in. It feels really nice. So no matter what answer you get, clarity and the feeling of that being nice is sensed here as coming soon. Okay, let's look at your cards. Trust. This is very much so, I'm not even reading what's under this, is very much so tapping into like trust in these teeny last things you need to do. Trust that clarity is coming. Trust that you're like right on the brink of knowing, having a deep inner knowing about something. And then this is beyond that, saying to trust yourself when that clarity comes. Underneath it says, I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Yeah, I don't need to say more about that. Okay, and then we've got love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know. It's just very simple things coming through here. I just feel this sense of like, love yourself. That, yeah. Love yourself. That's it. That's all. This is funny. This reading is like so sharp to me. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Yeah, again, it's like there's that's where that like don't get too fussy about things. It's like, yeah, maybe there needs to be teeny tiny tweaks for that clarity to come in. But I think there's also a timing thing. So don't get like too crazy about fussing. Notice the little I that's not dotted or the angle that's not straight. Just the little things, but don't obsess over it, because mostly what's going on here is some patience needed because there's some divine timing here. So my sense is that no matter what answer you get, it's going to come from an inner knowing that will be very clear when it does arrive. You'll get some kind of answer in this reading, but the actual answer will arrive in your life and it will be through your own clarity. And so even if you get a no, it's because you have this inner knowing that something's not right and probably a new vision of what is right. But let's get some confirmation cards for these before we get to that part of the reading. Ace of Wands. Something new is coming. Something new is coming for you guys. Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like trust, time, and that's a timing thing. There's not much you can do but be patient. Let's see. King of Swords in reverse here. I think you're fully capable of loving yourself. I think that you typically do love yourself, but something is clouding that right now. Maybe you even feel like you're loving yourself right now, but like, where can you love yourself even more? Let go of certain, I don't know if there's like an idea you're fixated on. Anything you're fixated on, try to kind of like let go and drop into like love and patience. Because I don't get the sense that you aren't loving or that like you don't love yourself enough, but I get the sense that your self-love is a little blocked right now because of something being fixated. It's that fussing stuff. There's something being fixated on. And you need to just kind of like let go and let be. And that will reconnect you with that vibration of love that's already there. It's already present. It's just blocked. Okay, last card. Six of Pentacles in reverse, patience. So maybe I could see this in a couple ways. For some of you, you're maybe needing help. You're needing assistance or help, especially in the material sense. So whether that's financially or a certain resource that you need, like a place to stay or a car or books or, something, you feel blocked because it's like there's some kind of resource you need assistance with, that it's like you don't know how to get it. Or you're feeling impatient about, maybe something was even promised, but you're impatient. But yeah, this again, it's just patience, let go, don't fixate, trust. Things are kind of coming together. So even if you get a no here, a different vision will come through. And it's you that will be giving yourself the no. But if you get a yes, it's just like patient, like timing here. So get out of your own way and reconnect with love and patience. Okay, but let's get to the actual yes, no, maybe part so that you guys can know. Specific advice for you around this. So with a collective reading, I love for there to be multiple potential outcomes. So we are going to pick 3 piles and you will choose one which will hold your yes, no, maybe answer. I will, once we have all 3 piles out, I'm going to give you 10 seconds of silence to tune into them and pick a pile. And then just going bang, bang, bang through all 3, we will roll a 12-sided dice to get your answer. And then we will flip your card to get some guidance around what answer you got. Yeah, so I will give you 10 seconds here to tune into these 3 piles and feel into which one is drawing you in with the one that has your answer. Okay, if you need more time, feel free to pause here. Once we're ready, we can jump into pile 1. So we'll roll the dice. 1 through 5 is a no, 6 and 7 maybe, 8 through 12 is yes. 4, so you guys have a no. Yeah, my sense here is like some kind of clarity is coming in about what you've asked about. And you will have this new, deep clarity and intuition of like what's off about what you asked and what you should actually be reaching for or looking for, because there's like a different thing for you, different path, different opportunity, different thing, whatever it is, that is right. So some kind of clarity will be coming in soon around this. And then your card says subdue. And this is that like trust, stop fixating, let go. There's like nothing more you can really do at this point. So just relax, connect into self-love, trust, patience, and the answer you need will be coming that will take you a little bit different from what you've asked, but towards something that is the right vision for you. Okay, pile 2. 1, so that's a pretty hardcore no, because I do see this as a spectrum dice. And you have adaptation. Yeah, for you, I am sensing that patience and timing is the big deal. Something is changing. And we did see the ace in there, like something new is coming, something's changing, and that will change where you're even focusing. It will completely change where you're focusing. And so this is just asking you to be flexible, to be adaptable, because a different thing is about to come into view that will take you in a different direction, and you'll have a lot of clarity about that when it comes. Okay, pile 3, this is for you guys. Let's roll your dice. 7, this is on the higher end of maybe. I'm feeling like it's a timing thing, but let's see what your card says. Humility. Yeah, again, this is just like, let go at this point. There's nothing else to do but wait and be patient. And sometimes that takes a lot of humility to kind of let go of like you having any control over the situation at this point. But there's still sort of like things in the works that you probably can't see and have no control of. And depending on how all the little pieces come together, you may or may not get a yes here. But whatever answer you do get with the dandelion, and I always think of those when it's in the kind of early stages, it comes out with that kind of fuzzy top where you make wishes and blow on the little seeds that come off, and then later it resprouts as that yellow flower. My sense is no matter if you end up with a yes or no, there is some kind of wish fulfillment coming in here, and you'll have clarity about that when the timing is right for you to know. So patience, Clarity will come in for you soon. And I feel like that's days or weeks. Let's roll a timing dice for you guys. So you say before I roll if this is days or weeks for you. But your clarity is coming in 5 days or 5 weeks, whatever you said. And when that clarity comes, you will still feel like a wish is fulfilled, even if it's a no, because just like some deeper vision that kind of alters, you know, the Ace of Wands is for everybody that came up in the first part. There is something new happening here, and maybe it's just like not exactly what you had in mind, but it's maybe better, you know, or just different. But it's still going to be connected to some kind of wish fulfillment with Dandelion. But you just need to be patient and trust and kind of let go now. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this reading resonated for you, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, subscribe. Sorry, got a little dry throat there. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. But just being here in itself is very supportive, and I thank you for that and letting me read for you. And I hope you have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are. See you guys. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your Friday Insight with yes, no, maybe answers to your questions. You guys chose the Dendritic Jasper. So before we get into your reading, just some intuitive hits that came as I was preparing your pile was a little bit of mystery, kind of getting under the surface of something. Yeah, don't take things at surface appearance. There's things under the surface to understand about your question, which is perfect for the way that I have designed this reading, because this first part is all about looking at the underlying energy around your question, which is from that intuitive hit exactly what you are needing. So let's jump into it. Surrender. I can release, my need to control. Some very scorpionic energy in that guidance. I always think of surrender as a little bit more like Pisces-esque. Don't worry if you don't know these astrological terms. But the control, I can release my need to control, is more scorpionic. So this is interesting that actually, like maybe it's your natural mode. Maybe that's what I was picking up on, is maybe your natural mode is to want to understand what's under the surface. And that might be a mechanism to hold on to control with things. And maybe there's something about this question where doing that isn't going to gain you any more control. There's nothing you can control maybe about this question, and so all you can do is surrender, is let go a little bit. Let go of that need to dig and understand the underlying things in order to know how to control certain things or feel like you're in control of certain things. Which I get, it can be really scary to not feel like you have control of something. So the cards are definitely asking something of you here that may not feel exciting to you, but they are saying kind of let go a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. Yeah, when I think of success in terms of numerology, I always think of the number 8. And the true highest vibration of number 8, which is a number that can really give us power and achievement, when we're really in alignment with that number, we are achieving and succeeding in order to contribute, in order to be able to give to others. So maybe that's something you need to tap into here too, is like, is what you're asking about aligned enough to how this is helpful to others or how it affects others. And maybe by doing that, by really thinking about the effect on others that this question might have, you realign with that vibration of success in a way that you're struggling to grasp right now, that you feel like maybe you've lost a little bit of a foothold with. And maybe that's the key, like you've sort of lost a little bit of a way in terms of thinking about others and your success, which is really easy to do, almost, I would say, quite natural to have happen for many people. So there's no like judgment or shade there. It's just like, get back to the vibration of success by thinking about others. Okay, last of these cards, Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I feel like that's the key to getting back into like, how does this question affect and give to others, is seeing yourself in others. Seeing yourself with love and then seeing yourself in others would naturally then help you to love others. Also, by seeing yourself in others, you would naturally want to bring success to others as well. Yeah, so beautiful guidance from the cards. It's just like, it feels like these little tweaks of like, really reopening your heart. Let's see, so we got, Three of Swords in reverse. Ooh, okay. I don't know, for some of you, if you're like potentially going through a breakup or there's a disappointment you're stuck in that you're trying to still control somehow, but it's sort of like it's already happened. There's no going back kind of thing. Or a resistance from stepping forward into your question because of some hurts you've never really healed. And it's time to kind of get back into some self-love to heal certain hurts in your heart. And then 10 of Wands in reverse. Oh, you're almost over the hump. Sometimes the reversals, when it's like a hard card, can actually be great. And this is like you're letting go of like holding too much. You're about to that wall of when you just are done with a cycle of life of holding too much in your heart and just letting go. And it will like return you to healing some love for yourself and love for others and reopening. So you're almost over a hump there. That's really beautiful. Okay, and I think with that, when you get over the hump and that new sense of sort of like love that's waiting to kind of come in and heal, I just get the sense of something fresh is coming. 7 of Pentacles. I think there's something you invested a lot in. Invested your heart, your time, finances, energy, and I don't think it worked. And it's really like a wound, it's really wounded your heart. A lot of disappointment. And it's like you're still trying to control it. Makes, you know, with a little bit of pride, like still trying to make something of this. And the cards are saying it's time to let go and just invite some healing in. There are new eggs. Look, something new is on the way. If you can just let go of your pride, let go and surrender things that didn't work, healing's coming in, and there are eggs. There's new things about to hatch, but it's time to let go. So my sense is that if you get a no, the thing you're asking it about is this thing you're supposed to be letting go of. And if you get a yes, it's like you're asking about these new eggs. Like, is there something new I should be looking at, kind of thing going on here? That's my sense. So let's move into that portion of the reading where we get your yes, no, maybes. Okay, so I really love with collective readings for there to be multiple potential outcomes. So I'm going to pick 3 piles. Once they are all picked, I'm going to give you some silence to tune into which pile holds your answer. And then I will go through each of the 3 piles and roll a 12-sided dice to get your answer, and then we'll flip your card to get some guidance around your answer. Okay, and then the dice is a 12-sided dice. 1 through 5 would be no, 6 and 7 maybe, and 8 through 12 yes. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds of silence to tune in to the 3 piles and feel into which one is calling you in. Okay, if you need more time, feel free to pause here. We're going to start with pile 1. Let's roll your dice. 5. So it's like a barely no. That feeling I was getting of like you're almost over a hump, I feel like that's where you are. You're almost over a hump, but not quite. And so the advice is surrendering, is, you know, if need be, re-listen to that first part of the reading. It's time to let go of something about this question, because something new is waiting. Something new is actually incubating. Sacred. Yeah, I'm sorry. Whatever this no is about, I do feel like you put a lot of investment into, and you know, we learn from life. We learn what works and what didn't. I think there's a lot of wisdom to be gained that is still sacred. You know, even though what you're getting a no to may feel sacred to you and disappointing, the wisdom you're gaining by letting go and reflecting is also sacred, is very beautiful. And that wisdom will steer you so beautifully in the future. Okay, pile 2, let's get your dice. 9, so you guys have a yes. You're probably asking about kind of moving on from something or some new thing out there. Tenacity. Yes, you have a strong heart. Trust it. It is, I feel like the guidance you need is like your heart is steering you well. It has learned a lot. Just like I said in this pile, is like whatever you've been through, your heart has some new sacred wisdom and it's steering you correctly right now. So trust its strength, trust that it has tenacity and that it is healed enough to be leading you again. Okay, pile 3, let's get your answer. 1, which is a very hardcore no. I feel like this is my pile that are really holding on tight to still try to control something about something you've put a lot into, but this is saying it's kind of done. It's time to move on. as hard as that may sound. Yeah. But again, tapping into, there is something else incubating, and I do feel like, even though I don't usually tap into like numerology with the 12-sided dice, I am feeling that that's something that could excite you. The idea of something new, the idea of a new path, a new idea, a new beginning. I actually, even though this is a hardcore no to your question, I think the idea of something very new and very fresh is actually very exciting to you. And so stay connected to that, because that will get you over your hump to be able to kind of let go of this particular question. Service, garlic. This is tapping into that thinking of others, loving others, seeing yourself in others, which may activate you to be more of service. And I think that's something that will really bring some healing in for you, to see how you can positively impact and help and be there for others is something that's really going to mend a lot in you and bring in some beautiful, beautiful energy into your life. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this reading resonated, I always appreciate the things like, share, subscribe. Definitely grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. It's nice to feel that human touch on the other side of this. So that being said, it's just nice that you are here too. That in itself is supportive. So thank you, and thank you for letting me read for you. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are. See ya.